Folks, welcome back for another episode of Schwartz Follies. We are coming off the heels of a Sleilalu fun day. It turned out well. We had a great last game. In retrospect, in the moment, it had its moments of teeth-grating uncertainty, but we were able to pull off a win and close out that video. And I'm only saying this because I'm literally recording this one right after that one, so it's fresh on my brain. And at the end of that, Kratos, I believe it's Kratos God, yep, bequeathed to us this Burn Dagoth, I guess is the word for it. And I don't shirk away from playing decks. Brother Ridge, hello! All right, so we've got some conversations to start here. Let's see. I'm actually in game. All right, well, let's see. Actually. Oh yeah. Is deadly. So yeah, that's finishing up that. Let's see. And yes, I'm 100% with you regarding your opinion about the length of each match. Oh, okay. All right. So, okay. Dorata. I don't quite have how to say that one, but he's actually one of our Live at 5 folks, Antoine, and so he was glad I'm not alone. Let's see. So Kratos, and then, Brother Ridge. Let's see, where is Brother Ridge? Brother Ridge. No, did he? Oh no. Oh, the irony. Nope. Wait. There he is. Okay. I'm gonna try. Oh! Hey, it worked. Okay, all right. So I am gonna play that deck. But Brother Ridge, I've been trying to spectate his games for the longest time. Oh, and we're just in time to see another poop stone. Okay, not another one. Sorry, the last game we took out a poop stone. But yeah, been wanting to watch him play, and for whatever reason, every single time it would say he's online, and he's playing in a game, and when we click on it, say the game's over. And it's been doing that forever, and now finally I get to watch. Get to actually watch it, and he's playing mono neutral. So we're gonna get to see. And Brother Ridge, it was fantastic. He's I think if I recall correctly, Brother Ridge, you were there. We were one of the original viewers of Tessel, or my Tessel experience. A lot of the folks who were there initially aren't there anymore. Mark, we actually don't really see him on the ladder that much anymore. He was one of the first ones too, but I'm pretty sure Brother Ridge was also one of the first, or one of the earlier ones. And, we ended up talking offline. He even, got me into, briefly, we got into, is it EA's equivalent of Call of Duty Battlefront, or Battlefield? Oh man, I feel bad. But anyway, got to talk a little bit. We were able to chat offline or outside a game. Really great guy, and we still have one of his decks in here. It's I can't remember what it's called. I think he called it like Cowardly whatever, because it's the support mage, but it's the support the banner. It's got the banner mare, the banner mage, the or battle. I don't know. It's the one with the forward camp. That's what I'm trying to say. So hey, another twin lamps. Unless there's either there's a quest. Yeah, you know what? I think that one opponent that we played last. Oh man, it sucks when you do back-to-back games like this. It kind of blends together. And I'm avoiding comments right now just because I want to be able to see as this game goes. It looks like, Brother Ridge currently is a Nerevar Reborn. I'm guessing that he's trying to become a Centurion. And he's going to be one step closer if he's able to pull this out. Dwarven Armament obviously is a big deal. And Horrid Centaur playing, is this? Oh, that's not going to be quite enough. Gets him close. I wonder if he's going to hold on to that. Maybe Dwarven Spider. Or Dwarven Sphere. Or nope, he's gonna crab. He's gonna crab. And he could still ring out the Dwarven Sphere. Probably wants to hold on to Devour. Yeah. Crab pinch. And now he has a bunch of bodies that he can put Dwarven armaments on. And pretty much win the game with anything there. Obviously, Unstoppable Rage will clear out that whole lane, but he still has lethal from the other side. So anyway, sorry folks, this was unexpected. I thought I am going to be playing it a little bit, or right after this game, perhaps, maybe. But I do. This is the first time I've been able to watch him play, and I think it's cool seeing a mono neutral deck actually, being played and then also win, which is what looks like the outcome of this particular game is going to be. So I just never want to be too rigid. So this is still probably going to be called Schwartz Follies, unless you know what. I think we're going to switch it up because because of how this has started. I'd already planned the name of, as you can see by the thumbnail or the title. This is called In Lieu of Live because this is because live at 5. Because I'm so bad with keeping up with comments anyway. If I had to play and interact with folks during the live stream session on Fridays, I would not. Oh, exactly. Nicely done. I would not be able to. Either my playing would suck, or I would have to ignore all the comments, or not ignore them, but I just wouldn't be able to get to them. So let's go ahead and give. And that just makes me feel a lot better. So Brother Ridge, GG. Finally get to see ya. What was going on before? Hells yeah. Most impressive. Going for Centurion. So this, and I spelled Centurion wrong, and I spelled my exclamation point wrong. How do you misspell your exclamation point? That's how you do it. Oh, I'm sure it's gonna do very well. It's wicked. And we go back. Let's see. Okay, so Antoine is saying we're in the same philosophy boat when it comes to the length of each match. It's like if I'm gonna lose, I want to lose early. If it's gonna be a controlled drag out match, I might just concede just because I don't want to go that long. I love Dune Smuggler, both concept and art. Yes, Northern Lights are a beaut. What was the other one he liked? I'm trying to remember. But so this has more of a live at 5 feel. Okay, when I play on my phone, I don't close the app. I just swipe it out of the way. Okay, so it's not anything with the deal. It's just the game thinks he's online and he actually isn't. That's all it was. Just try to make a dumb deck that used fun stuff and tried not to use halls or workshop. It falls hard because of the complete lack of removal and no real buffs outside of a couple items in Forsaken Champion. Almost ran it as a mage deck and added Warcraft and Fervor. Well, it performed quite well in that game. So I just win a game, lose a game. Hey, eventually he'll be... let's see. Okay, so he's not necessarily going for the Centurion title, but... Okay, so he's not playing right now. Banana Schwab is practicing. A-Ross is playing. For those who do not know, give a shout out to A-Ross. If you want to check him out on Twitch, I believe it is... Ooh, and we're here at the end. And it looks like at the end. So we'll check back with A-Ross at the end of this. He was up against... Okay, I've never seen 13 Astet before, but we know he is adorable. He gave his 0-1 card the fork. I think that's A-Ross saying fork this game. But yeah, I'd never seen that name before. Granted, I don't always look at the leaderboards, so... Oh! Wow. Okay, never mind. He just didn't have enough magic to... Because he... Yeah, his opponent has exact lethal. So barring a prophecy, Aros is done for. But look at him play, like... Yep. Give him the GG. Oh, and it's a prophet. Oh, it does it. It takes 1 point off. It takes 1 point off. Oh, but he's got Wildfire Dragon. Never mind. Or he's got another Belly G. Yeah, okay. He had a way around it. But nicely done, Aros. Good sport. Gave him a good game at the end of it. I'm going to ask him what is that deck? Because that looks interesting. Let's see. Io is playing like casual. Okay. Not that we're opposed to casual necessarily, but Amarillo. But I do want to see Aros's. But I also don't want to fill it with conversation. So tell you what, we're just going to go down to Amarillo because the match has ended. So probably the similar thing that we had going with Brother Ridge. Ramsey Gaming battling in a versus match. I believe. Okay, never mind. All right, so is anybody actually playing? It does not look like it. Okay, so maybe I've got to go back to... I thought I was going to be able to do... Corrupted Shade. Yes, that's right. Corrupted Shade looks great in Premium. Yes, that's right. He is quite sick. Whoop, not quick. Quite sick. All right. Oh, so we can take a look at Kratos. Gotcha. So we're probably not going to see him. Very dark vibes. We're not going to see me playing his deck on this particular video, probably, but it is lined up for the next one. But we are going to get to see it here. It's Burn Dagoth. If you're looking for trouble, I'm guessing there are some small variations, perhaps that are unique to his build, but it is a very popular build. I think I first saw it with Sea City Toker. He refined his version of it, and it is pretty much Burn Assassin. It's every card, for the most part, is there to give a damage boost or to go directly to face. This is actually kind of a slow start for the deck at the moment.
They've no move we can't anticipate.
He's got his Battle Mace. See, I mean, again, you're looking at several... Orc Clan Captain is probably... Yep, there we go. Not that was a big brain play on... A big brain play call on my part. It was the only 2-drop he had. Good for cycling. And yeah, it's just burning his way through Gulshra. So I admittedly, I feel a little bad playing it. Not because, I mean, it's not a question of efficacy. It's just a matter of... Like, I feel like some of those the Slelalu games from last time, I feel like we kind of earned it. We did some finessing, we did some cool little stuff, and managed to pull it off. Like I said, I like it when it seems like both players have a chance. Both players are getting some advantages, some disadvantages, but they're always mixing it up there. Okay, yep. And Gulshra sees writing on the wall. You're not gonna. I'd be very curious to see if... I think City Toker said the only way you can lose is if your opponent has a really good draw or you have a really crappy draw or something. I don't know. It would be... I think it's very hard to lose with Burn Dagoth. Very dark vibes. Yeah. So, Antoine, on the last live at 5, we were talking about, like, people's favorite premium. You know, mine, obviously, is Black Dragon. I love Black Dragon alternate art. Let's see. Krakatoa is actually playing. So huzzah! Thank you, Krakatoa, for playing. I was gonna say that would be a kick in the crotch if I, at the very moment that I'm like, all right, we're gonna switch over to live at 5 or in lieu of live, and then have to start playing because there's nobody playing. Because it's Eastern time. It is 11:40, so just about noon where I'm at. And this video is probably, as you'll probably notice by the runtime, it's about 2 hours. I wanted to give it a little bit more. This is in lieu of Live at 5. Live at 5 is usually like a 3.5 hour stream, maybe 4 sometimes. So I wanted to give it a nod to that, to make it a little bit longer than your normal video. because I will be either traveling or have just come back. Oh, Razzle-ma-dazzle-ma-dazzle. And that's going to put our friend Krakatoa in a bad spot. And we can see Mixo has his heart pumping. His what do you call that? The mechanical heart, I think. Yep. Literally called the mechanical. I thought it was just mechanical heart, but mechanical heart. So he's going to be able to take out Nahagli, but he is going to be dead unless he Minamarco's a guard.
You trusted me.
So we got the duels of the Minamarcos. I mean, Fighters Guild does get it done at least. Oh no, because he's got a new heir, but well, it doesn't matter. Nice, actually, good call. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot about that. And he gets rid of, yep, Mushroom Tower. So that was great. If anything, Mixo's going to have to do a new era to wipe Nahagleev off. It would be funny. I mean, I know Nahagleev is susceptible to non-targeted actions, so like an Ice Storm will still do damage to him. Red Year will still damage him. And New Era, it would be funny though if New Era happened and Nahagleev just sits there because he's immune to that action. But Mixo wanted to get his Nahagleev back. Couldn't finish it off. Luckily for Krakatoa, he's got a lot of draw right now. A lot of draw. And that's a great play. How did he draw 3? Oh,
So many
I don't even know.
So little time.
Interesting.
You are one with us, and we are
Ooh,
legion.
that's a good pull for him. Because he needs the life right now. And this looks like it's probably another, like, 2 players that are relatively equal. Mixo, this could be his gateway game. And so but you see he's in the Thief. He could be on the verge of getting into Legendary. Krakatoa, just under 500 Legendary. Ooh, crapola. Well, better that than losing his kitty. Because that kitty is what could possibly save Krakatoa. He's got the Magicka to play Kitty and Edict. He may want to hold on to that, but right now... oh, he needs to silence his... he needs to silence What's-Her-Face. Corner Club. He does not want her to... Or just kill her. That works too. Alright, so he's not going to put Quinral down. He's going Golden Initiate. I mean, he definitely wants the Drain down there. And unfortunately for his opponent, having the heal, having healed to 33, that's actually going to... Oh, and he's got... Monk Strike. So it looks like we've just come into Krakatoa. So I would not be surprised if this is Mixo's gateway game. Because even though I'm pulling for Krakatoa, he's our friend, I want to see him pull this off. And this is definitely a come from behind from when we logged in. You still know how it feels when you're playing your gateway game. It's like your opponent just seems to... Like you get so close to finishing them off and they squeak past you.
What have we here?
I mean, Mixo's not out of it by any stretch. He's definitely doing stuff.
They won't even see
Oh my gosh! I hope Krakatoa does pull this off, because that's obnoxious. Wow, that's up. All right, so execute not the best, probably. Yeah, no harm doing it there. Does shift away, gets himself out of immediate danger, gets Kitty on board. Kitty could snowball if Mixo doesn't get the right prophecies. And he does have the Shadow Fen to get rid of the mechanical art. I'm thinking he might do that. I think corner... Well, that's a problem if you play... Yeah. I don't think he wants to get rid of any of those, so he couldn't play Corner Club. And, of course... One card. Yeah, okay, so never mind. I do feel... Yeah, never mind. I think Krakatoa is the one... like, this feels like a gateway game for him now. It just is going back and forth. And it's a lot easier to be mirthful and laugh when you're not the one playing. Which is why I always enjoyed doing this, why I liked our journeys, because it allowed me to engage with the game to a degree and make videos for it without actually going through the angst.
Just forget about C.
Oh, jeez. Come on, Krakatoa. You can do it. Oh, you can do it. Please, you can do it. It's not looking good. Does he have... Okay, I think I think Journey might be the call here. But, okay, he's going to have to use Bandari to trade into the Gray Fox. Yeah. Alright, so Journey, Shadowfen, or yeah, either way, I guess. Okay, good call there. So he's really not worried about the health and Corner Club. Nice turn there for Krakatoa. Hopefully, Mixo in his 3 cards does not have something that... Oh, he looks like he's trying to target Corner Club. So it looks like he might have something for her, which would not be good, obviously.
By the power of the head.
Does he have another new era? I can see that being a thing.
Try something.
Another Razmad. Oh, no, not another one. He pulled it back from the new era. So Razmadazzle. And... Ah, man, I think Krakatoa is just going to get worn down on this one. Oh, sorry, my friend. Sorry. Wow, and he had the mute on top of it. Alright, so... I mean... Chandler Bing is useful. I mean, I think maybe this is going to buy Krakatoa another turn, but it is delaying the inevitable at this point.
This should help.
And yeah. Sorry, my friend. This is not. I got all excited for you there for a brief moment. It looked like you were gonna turn this thing around. Oh. That said.
Let's go then. My time is precious.
That said.
What have we here?
5, 6. Oh no. 10, 13. No, but he still has lethal. He's still game over. 7, 8, 9, 13. Yep.
Yours.
Oh man, just as he was. Oh, so a great game from Krakatoa. Oh. Let's see. Well played. A sad GG. I thought you were turning it around a few times. Alright, and we're going to jump back in with Brother Ridge. Oh, Brother Ridge is not playing at this moment. Krakatoa is jumping back into the fray. So, oh, Ahmed is playing. So we're gonna hop in with Ahmed as well. All right, so this is actually working out pretty good. I'm glad. This is one of those times where, and I'm not sure everybody here is.
Let's put these jeans.
So Grace Swandir, perhaps, the Gladiator. Based on what we're seeing, well, I don't know. It looks like Grace Swandir was the aggressor in this one, or at least we're seeing, like, when you see the what's his face, Housecarl. Usually that is an aggressive deck because he only triggers when you break a rune, when he breaks a rune. So this probably was, and look at that Alduin. So this was a Dragons, Dagoth Dragons, and both players in the 300s. Well, hold on. Did I really just have a revelatory moment? Did I act? No, I didn't act like it. I actually did not pay attention to the to the 2 dragons, the 3 dragons, I think, and the lookout that were on the board.
The victory is yours.
And Grace, my dear, just concedes it. Good. So good to see another Dagoth dragon. That one actually featured the Red Mountain. I think that's what that's called. In lieu of live, so we are jumping back in with Aros, and I think this is a first, folks. I don't think I've ever seen Aros play an Empire deck in my entire life. In all my 44 years of living on this earth, I don't think I've ever seen Aros play Empire. And this is Empire with a heavy dose of neutral. He's got the forward camp. I'm just looking at what's actually on the board. I'm not making any keen observations here, sadly enough. Never seen that. But Aros in the top 50 of Legend, going into the final week of, or I guess in the middle of the final week, the final full week of this season. We did have another game. Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Okay, that's it. It's Parthenax is obnoxious, but he is not Alduin. So there you go. And he's really only obnoxious because of the loop that you can run into with. Oof. I mean, Nadir has a good bit of damage on the board. So if he is disposed, Yagrim, right? Yeah, because you don't. None of those supports give Fated Wraith the buff, and Yagrim, this is his forte.
Greetings from the large living dwarf.
Probably going to bring back a Dwemer. Bam! Big brain! And puts a block between him and Parthenax. Obviously, we don't know what the other shouts that Nadir drew with him. It could be making... Ooh. Okay, yep. Not worried about the drain. Which, yeah, I mean, I guess Prankster Mage, if you think about it, Prankster Mage is taking damage off the board as well. But just from a... And I guess he's not really that much of a deficit at the moment in terms of health. So, yeah. And when and just a reminder, folks, because I haven't observed a game in a while, or recorded observing a game, when I question what our friends or even opponents do, it's an interrogative question, not a challenge. You know, because you can ask a question and it has an edge to it, as in, so wait, what? It's almost rhetorical. Hey, why did you do that again? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. And then there's the interrogative. Why did you do that? And so when I'm making my commentary, especially with players at Aros's level, or I mean, most of my friends on this game are better at it than I am. So usually if I'm questioning, it's really because I don't understand, or I get it and I just think, huh, maybe it's a better way to put it is, it's not what I would have done, but that's not to say that I was right. It's just, it comes as a surprise to me. And I try to be mindful of that so that I can learn. And say, oh, you know, and that, because I think I have been able to learn, not impressively, but I've been able to gradually learn from what my opponents, or what, watching you all play, I think I've picked up things here and there. I mean, amongst other things, best practices. So he's gonna bring him back? Yeah. He sacrificed him way too easily to not get it. And it's just crazy. With all the shouts, you've got a shout for every attribute, including neutral. And it's just amazing how many times there's at least one Soul Tear that Parthenax brings back when you play him. It's crazy. So Eros, I would definitely say, is he's up against... I don't know, you know, depending how you look at it, either tired decks, meaning they've just been around for a long time and they are kind of the same old, or classics. You can look at them either way. And it's hard because I try not to put my foot on my mouth and badmouth too many decks, because quite often, ooh, that's a... Hayros is looking pretty good right now. And he doesn't have to worry about a new year. Or a new year, new era. Happy New Year! Yeah, he's... Oh, man. And then he's got those Ulfric's Uprisings. All those cards. Well, 2, 3, 4... 4 Uprisings. So just glad to see Ulfric Uprising played. Defensive Bloomer. Good gravy. What a turn for Aros. So it went from a very brief moment where it looked like he was in peril at the hands of a buffed up Parthenax, to putting it in a place where Nadir might not want to play Parthenax this turn, because it doesn't answer the board at all, and it does beg the question whether or not... I mean, he is going to drain for 4,
Repelled.
Can't take 6 damage off the board. Takes another 5 off the board, then more. So he's putting up a fight, but yeah, he's not going to be able to play that Parth. He hasn't ramped at all, as we can tell by his. Oh. Okay. Fortunately, does not have an impact. Let's see. He's got 10. All right, so I think we're just going to see a ton of Ulfric uprisings.
Stendar, give me strength.
All right, so he's got a ton of power that I mean, kudos, Nadir. He's clearly not running, or does not have, or choosing not to run the Alduin, which would be very bad for Eros, because I don't know the. So is he just gonna? Oh, you got to play the Dwarven Dynamo, right? No, it doesn't look like it. I was gonna say play 2 of the Dwarven Dynamos and then Uprising, and the game's over. Right? Yeah. Oh, well, I guess he could steal sword. So all he has to do is hit with the 5 and then sword up on his what's her face, the Reclaimer. Oh, so he had it anyway. Exactly, in fact. Nicely done. All right, so I'm gonna poke a little fun with Eros here. Well, I will give him the congratulations he richly deserves, unless he is logged off. Where are you, Eros? What happened to you, buddy? Where'd you go? Did I just not scroll up? I didn't scroll up high enough. So GG. But I don't know who you are or how you got account. But he does not play Empire. I know this. Dead giveaway of an imposter. Winky face. Okay. Alright, so Eros says, I've been trying to do different cool things with Transistor Shrine as of late. Very recent development. It's just really weird. Like, that's just kind of his MO is, you know, he's more battle mage, intelligence, those types of things. So seeing him play that is a bit strange. Io is now battling, so if we are early enough in the game, he will stick with this one. Yes, all right. So this does feel like Live at 5, minus the chat, which is really the whole appeal of Live at 5. So not quite exactly what Live at 5 is, but watching Io play and doing the comedy. But yeah, you can something cool came out of it anyway. 3-color Dwemer deck. Oh, there we go. Okay. So yeah, Eros just doing what great players do, which is experiment and figure out new ways to play. And Io giving me the trademark big eye, little eye. You looking at me? Yes, I am looking at you. We're watching you play. And this is another interesting one. And hey, Grey Viper, that's a nice combo there. I've never seen that actually ever done before. Dark Rebirth on Grey Viper. Pretty cool. How does that... So wait, does Dark Rebirth kill... I guess it does. I guess it puts a copy in the graveyard and it creates a new one? Is that... I don't think I've never thought of it that way. But again, I'm not Io, so that would be why.
I mete out the tribunal's justice.
He's up against Marcel Friends. I believe that is the acronym or the shorthand for it. And we will see a Conjuration Tutor. So really fun looking deck here. Probably not something I would do very well with. And okay, and Marcel is not playing. We're seeing another Ebonheart that is actually is doing the veteran thing, which is nice to see.
We must keep moving.
And there's a premium. We were just talking about that. the nice premium. I guess it's not Northern Lights exactly. I mean, the sky is colorful, but it's mostly the stars moving that makes it look like. And I guess that's the whole thing is he's supposed to be in a wagon, so it's not that the sky is moving, it's that he is moving. Wow. I tell you what, folks. I know I've got wrinkles in my brain. I know I do. But sometimes I don't say things, or I don't perceive things that would indicate that I have any texture to my brain at all. That can't be right. You've probably been 42 minutes. Oh, anyway. Yeah, I just that there's just no way I come across as brilliant here. I mean, the point being, like, the whole point of the card is he's in the back of a wagon. He's supposed to be moving with the wagon. I'm just thinking the sky is doing something really cool. The stars are moving. The stars are moving, and you get this cool and Northern Lights for some reason. The sky has a little bit of color, but it's moving like that because he's moving. Oh my gosh. I mean, you learn something new every day, but in theory, you should be learning something brilliant every day, not just realizing belatedly what is actually happening in the world. It's very, very humbling, really. And not in a good way. You know, typically when folks say I'm very humbled, it's because, you know, that there's some flattery involved, or there's something really cool that they did, or something cool that happened to them, and they're like this razzle-ma-dazzle flat premium. Usually that's the way of things. But I'm being humbled legitimately, not because of any flattery, but because I'm just realizing. And it's the same thing with writing. Sometimes I'll write something and somebody will be like, "Oh, that's really clever," or you're who would have thought of that, or what have you. But it's like, but if I don't write it, if it doesn't come out of my brain, my ability to perceive it in somebody else is sorely lacking. So I'm guessing either this is just Marcella's just intrepid.
Just in the nick of time.
Like, I'd be curious if this deck got Marcel to 337 Legend, because it looks like a quest deck. Because nobody really plays veteran all that often. Are we gonna see an Ice Storm here? Okay. I mean, it wouldn't have made sense. It would be hurting his own board more so. But I mean, nothing. Most of his board's not going to survive this turn anyway. Although, yeah, I guess. Oh, all right. Oh, don't tease me, Io. Come on.
Would you like a bow that shoots rainbows too?
I just easily push from 9 to 8 without any resistance. Oh, no doubt, Kratos. And congratulations. Good deal. We'll check in with them in a bit. Kratos, honestly, I kind of, the line is blurred between the last game and this one. Well, no. I started this video saying we were going to be playing the deck that Kratos gave me.
There is good
But then
as dead.
Brother Ridge was on, and I was like, you know what? We'll go ahead and change up the order. It didn't. I was going to shoot it in order because I still need to shoot Wednesday's video. So that was what I was planning to do on this turn, or on this one. But I also needed to shoot in lieu of live. So it's all good, is my point. It's all good. So hit for 3. Make some trades, an Ice Storm.
The Conjuration Mage never.
I don't know why I'm hankering for that Ice Storm. I'm gonna continue if you want to see. Yeah, Kratos, we'll check you out once we finish up with Io's game here. Waiting to see him make this push.
Fortune favor me.
I don't know. I don't think you can plead to fortune, my friend. You've got to appeal to Stendar or Azora, and in theory, you want to appeal to them before it gets to the point where you need to appeal to them. I think the Skyrim deities prefer to have attention lavished on them and to be sought out before you're in dire straits. Because otherwise, it just feels like, oh, you just need me when things suck. But if you're like, Azora, give me strength at the very beginning, Azora could be like, oh, that's cool. Like,
I'll lend you my support.
I don't know why.
You won't
I don't
foil
know.
my
You
plan.
know, who can really explain what the Skyrim deities were thinking?
The forest is my cloak.
I mean, luckily, or not luckily, but That's kind of a big nothing because he didn't. Io didn't have a. Having said that, watch, he's going to have an Atronach this turn.
I do not fear them.
Wow. All right, this is going to be a close finish,
I am ordered.
one way or the other. With that Broom of Profiteer, well, I think we're just going to see Ice Storm. This is going to be a beautiful, beautiful Ice Storm. After Io hits him in the face on the left lane, and the right lane too. Actually, he doesn't need to make any trade. I don't think Marcel saw this coming at all. I sure as heck wouldn't have. Watch Malphite conjure just to make me look even more foolish. He's gonna do it.
Preparations have been made.
Io, you slay me. And again, I'm not saying it was the wrong play. This is probably going to work out better for him. But that just shows you. I mean, because it does. I mean, so yeah, he would have wiped out the board, but at the same time, but the only card it really no, because his opponent kind of does have lethal. Was it 7, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17? I think with the heals. Yeah, but he's got the guard down. He got the shackle down. So yeah, definitely the better play from Io. And he's got that big old 7/5. Hopefully that stays there and does not get. Well, it can't get Javelin because Marcel does not have the right attributes for it. So without a guard, looks like the Broom of Profiteer and the. Well, no. Marcel has enough magic, he can play several more cards. And as long as that Broom of Profiteer is there, he's going to be able to heal enough to get him out of range of... Well, no, because he's still got... Hey, that's... You need a unicorn if you're going to play that card. Alright, so it's going to put another guard on the board, at least another card. So, but I think Io... He's got 10... Oh no! I thought he was going to play a card, so he's got 10. He's got it. He just has to do it in the right order. Just save that last for his big guy. Nicely done, Io. Nicely done. It got dicey there. I mean, obviously the easy path, the right path to victory was my Ice Storm play. But he chose to... Indeed. Okay, so we're going to jump to see Kratos. He's... And hopefully we can get in the beginning of the game. I mean, these games are going to be short, though. Oh, no, wait. Okay, so he is not... Wait. Oh. Whoops. All right. Well, that's okay. Yeah. I thought I was logging into Kratos, but I accidentally hit Amethysta. Oh, and this is a casual game. But you know what? We're here. It's the start of a fresh game. We'll happily take a gander. I don't think I've seen Dorata play. Oh wait, yeah, no, this is our good friend Antoine. Yep, I will always remember now because that beginning of the first. So Amethysta. I'm curious. I should actually ask him what that means. Because I know with... who was it now? Not Amarillo. Who was the other... There was another... The blacksmith. He had his own channel. Tiago the blacksmith. You know, when you find out that if it's a name, it's not always just like a surname, you know, a last name or what have you. It's a word that means something. So I'm curious if Amethysta means something. Version of the deck. Let's see. And actually, you know what? We're going to ask because we're not playing right now, so we have that luxury. So after his turn, after we see what he's going to play. And of course we see he is playing the also often neglected consume mechanic in a quasi-Empire deck. So we saw Aros playing Dwemer Empire with the Transitive Shrine in full effect. And now we're seeing Consume in... Oh, goodness gracious. Goodness gracious me. Alright, so let me ask real quick. Well, actually, 80% success is tending to play the Ice Storm. Yes! That's what I thought you
This world holds many wonders.
were gonna play. But definitely, it was, as the results bear out, it was much better that he did not. Alright, so Chupacabra? Chupacabra? Chupacabra. That's actually kind of a cool name. Chupacabra. I like when you have a polysyllabic word like that. Chupacabra. Okay, well, it was good while it lasted. I got it. All right, so let's see. So we're gonna see Young Mammoth coming down, still trying to push. I'm curious that he would, because he doesn't really need to contest this lane at the moment. So I'm wondering if we're just going to see Young Mammoth over here. And maybe Shrewd Strategist? I'm not sure what that is, what card that's intended to play with. Okay, so he does play it in the... Okay, he's mixing it up a little, playing.
Nothing like a good
That's
back.
in there. Ooh, Crocodile Brute. For the draw, yep. Activates the Imbued Argonian. Alright, let me see what else. Version of that deck that works best actually has a... Oh, let's see. Alright, so no support was harmed in the deployment of that particular drow, or I just call him Vicious D. Alright, so tell you what, we'll check the comments after, because I don't want to impede the visuals of the game, especially when it's, you know, we're kind of like, the game is not over yet. It's certainly not over yet. It's skewing in that direction, but I think I saw you live at 5 video recently. By the way, I guess you didn't. Uh-oh. No, I did. Okay, so all right, so that's actually. I guess I can say that now, and so in the future I will. So Aros has multiple, well, at least one other account, and it's that Prof Mattered. And I don't know when people have alternate accounts. I don't know what their reasoning is for that. And so if they created it to kind of be on the down low, or to just, you know, if they don't want people to know, I don't want to be like, oh hey, there's Aros with his alternate account. It's like, oh, for crying out loud, dude! Like, read the room. Like, I created that alternate account so people would know it's me. For whatever reason. But by saying that, I think he indicated that he thought that if I did recognize him, I would have called it out, and so I feel okay saying that. So, hey Ross, I will give you the nod the next time. I was just doing that as a courtesy because I didn't know your motive behind the alternate account, and if you wanted to keep that a secret. This is one of those premium cards that is greatly enhanced and made infinitely more terrifying because of it. So without that, you never see the red eye. Look at that. I mean, come on, man. I mean, it would be better if they were constantly glowing, I think. Oh, never mind. Manticore, you jerkface. And see, this is why I said it's not over yet, because it really is. I'm going to probably have to spend an edict on that Manticore, get the guard out of the shadow lane so he can push some damage. And then probably Shrewd Strategist just for the body? Shrewd Strategist, and maybe that's 8. And then your this guy here, Lebanese Mercenary. Yes, we have some comments to respond to after this. I just wanted to wait until we ended the game, because I just obscuring the screen. It just doesn't feel good. Just doesn't feel good.
All will be consumed by the void.
Yeah, we'll ask Antoine if there's Ametista Dorata, because you don't roll the R's in Italian, right?
Whatever you want.
It's not Dorata. Ametista Dorata. I don't think so. But I'll ask him if that actually has a meaning, or if it's just an actual name. So Chupacabra. I want to say words, but that's always dangerous. Anytime your opponent can tutor something, it's always a bad thing. Because chances are, if they've got a card in mind that they're going after. All right, and he's not going to give him a card. Bandit Ringleader, though, will allow him to pilfer for a card. And that is going to be a good play maybe next turn. So he can't play both Strategist and Mercenary. Well, do we have two different mercenaries? We got the Mercenary Captain, and we've got the Nebonese Mercenary. So Captain comes down. Kind of, sort of. He looks like he wants to come down, but he's kind of frozen.
Nothing like a good battle.
Don't know if that's on my end or Antoine's end, but he now is really threatening that lethal, but I was gonna, oh my gosh. What a random card. That's the second time we've seen the Mechanical Heart.
I think this one comes alone.
Unfortunately, Mute doesn't really help him with... Oh my gosh, and is he going to win next 10? 23. He has lethal next turn. And the heart gives you 6 or 7. Health to 10. He does not have 13. Oh man. That's why I was thinking maybe the mercenary guy after you get another big piece down there. Okay, so Mute, good. Good. Alright, so he's no longer dead next turn. That's 3, 13, 16. I mean, a Dawnbreaker. Yeah, so he is going to make these trades. Or that, at least that trade.
Good plan is worth 100 men.
So it's good. Good playing here. Good playing. He's a heartbreaker. You see what I did there? Because he broke the heart. The heart got broken. He's a heartbreaker. Here all day, folks. Here all day. Well, at least for another hour or so.
If the coin is good.
And he is nice and buff now, and really no great answer in that lane. So now he's trying to push lethal from both sides. Obviously, a red year could be a big problem. It would be for me if I was in his shoes, because I attract red years. Dawn's Wrath prolongs lethal. Yeah, well, we just have to wait and see. We just have to wait and see if he can close this out. Oh, Marak, you turd muffin. Oh, jeez. Is that?
See you later.
This one has you now.
Oh, come on. Oh, well, nope. Bone armor, not helpful. Not helpful without a ring of imaginary. With imaginary might, lethal. Without it, and now the trades can happen, and that might be the game. That might be the game, because if that is actually the game. Because Spellsword doesn't have reach, and since he doesn't have anything on the board yet, yep, that's it. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I am so sorry. That's it, I think, right? 10. No, okay, but yeah, that's pretty much
So little time.
just not any reach in those particular colors.
Foolish
He will get to draw. We'll get to see if he's able to pull anything out. He's got an edict. I mean, so if he had the Magicka, he might... No, even... so I think East March, or Counterfeit Trinket, East March, but he needs a charge creature or a direct-to-face damage, and he just doesn't have it. Kill Marak!
We'll hold, no matter what.
Oh, man. I mean, kudos to his opponent for I mean, they both played very well with what they had. I mean, obviously we don't know what Cabra had. He's like, screw you, East March Crusader. Yeah, Marak was another. He was a pivot work. Good sportsmanship from our friend, conceding the game.
Victory is yours.
And there it is. Oof. Well played. I mean, Marak, some people say Marak is a win more card. I've seen too many games and been in too many games where he is the pivot point. Because it is a swing. It's taking a threat from your opponent, could be a very big threat, and putting it on your side of the board. And that's a really big, like, but you know, like unlike cards like Supreme Atromancer, it's a great card. It puts a lot of damage on the board, but it doesn't take anything away from your opponent at the same time. Have a meaning? Is it just a cool name? So we are going to try to solve the mystery of that screen name there. Let's see. Did IO say something? Okay. Oh, all right. So the version of the deck that works best, this is Eros referring to his Empire Dwemer deck, actually has a couple invade cards splashed in there for Unite. Okay. And the invade mechanic itself works really well with the Transit Shrine because the gate coming up counts as a creature and it fills the criteria for Transit a Shrine. Okay. Which is actually pretty neat little synergy and probably one of the very few things invade does right. Wow. You have been pondering quite a bit. Hadn't considered any of that myself. And kudos for finding ways to make invade useful and not broken. Also, I knew your secret identity, but I didn't want to blow your cover if you were trying to stay under the radar. Now I will unabashedly refer to you by name when I see ya. There we go. All right. So I think we're caught up on our conversations. Okay, so we have Kratos is online but he's not currently playing. Ahmed is battling in a versus match. It is not over. Okay, great. Last time we tried to get into one of his matches, he wasn't actually playing, so always thinking ahead. Yeah, Eros, I mean, that's kind of what this game needs. I mean, well, actually, it needs a lot of things on the developer side, but from the player base, it needs folks like Eros who have a great grasp of the game as it exists, and instead of just finding new ways to create or different combinations of cards to play for decks that we have kind of been established, looking for new ways to play those decks. So kudos to Eros for continuing to explore and dig into the depths of... Maybe we did see Ahmed play, because this looks like Dagoth Dragons. And I remember distinctly seeing Dagoth Dragons. And here's something that I learned from, I think it was Eros. Somebody taught me. Okay, I mean, obviously he denied Ahmed the card draw with there, but you left a 4/3 body on. So really, because I remember I think I was watching or I was commenting, and he was able to clean it up the next turn, but
The Black Hand sees all.
but that was just something where I'm like, oh, I'll silence it. I think I was going to play a Shadowfen Priest to silence the corner club, but our opponent wasn't really pressing lethal at the moment, and he's like, look, unless you can remove it, just you're better off playing a different card. And I think he was right. But there's our Blood Dragon, and our opponent seems to either be just running all kinds of ramp, which is why he's got the dragon, or he is also running a dragon. But that means, oh, we could see a Encano Dark Rebirth in 2 short turns. We'll probably see Frostscale Dragon next. Okay, never mind. His opponent actually was running Dismantle. I think that's become more common as well. It's not ubiquitous. It's not all over the place, but I am seeing it more often than not. Fortunately, one of the beauties about our beloved Blood Dragon, he ignores guards. Unfortunately, ooh, surprised he didn't do 1 and 3 on the big dragon, but may have technically been a misplay, but as long as... Okay, never mind. Actually, so yeah, that actually cost me. We've been able to clear... Oh, no, never mind. So, okay. Okay. So here's the question. Does he hold on? Because unless Enoch 69 puts down a drain, and since he doesn't have to play Encano, he can do that. I was going to say, you can play Encano on turn 8, and he's fine. But if you wait until turn 11, he has exact lethal in the wings. And since next turn he can play Frostscale, I think that's what we're going to see. Unless, because Frostscale would even handle a drain creature. Razzmadazzle, coming down for Enoch 69. He's going to get probably a Call Dragon or something. So Wildfire, yep. Wildfire's going to get it done. And the good thing about Wildfire also, it's a big enough body that if Enoch got Dragon Aspect, he's not going to be able to actually heal from it. So the countdown begins. We got 2 more turns. I mean, provided he can't just finish. I mean, he won't be able to finish it now, but Frostscale, I mean, all the guards. But all for naught, my friend. All for naught. I mean, next turn is it. Next turn is Encano Dark Rebirth Combination. So I kind of hope Enoch clears off.
There is murder in the air.
It doesn't look like he's going to. I was hoping he could clear it off so that Ahmed would be able to justifiably play Encano Dark Rebirth. Okay, now he can, because he doesn't have lethal anymore.
Reverse!
Not enough to play... Okay, now he doesn't have lethal at all. Yes, yep. That was... I mean, we could just see Alduin come down next turn, if need be. Oh, Amethysta. Is that
I will keep
the equivalent of what we call amethyst in America or in English? Oh my gosh, look at that bat. Okay, golden. Okay, so is that... So that would be spell sword colors, right? See, now this is great discipline from Ahmed. Ahmed, I would have played Alduin on that turn, but I think he's trying to coax out. Yep, waiting for that. See what that's going to be. A low roll a bit from our opponent in that regard. Now Alduin comes down. The chances of Enoch having an answer to it at this point is very low. And if he can connect with it, that is Encano lethal even without Dark Rebirth. Enoch, not without Searching for answers. Okay, so yeah, I will be able to see. Well, we'll take a look at what everyone has to say. And another giant bat, I'm guessing. Yep. So luckily, he's got the Incarno Dark Rebirth to finish this game off, because those giant bats are just getting really annoying. It's in the face. Incarno. Premium Incarno, nonetheless.
I have many important
Boom.
things on my mind.
Boom. Dark Rebirth. I've always wanted to do that, but Incarno never sticks. And boom, nicely done, Ahmed. Woo! An opponent couldn't. Now, like I said, I concede when my opponent is BMing. That's. I think that's a. I mean, hey, you concede when you concede. A little bit of salt there, probably. But let's give Ahmed a GG. Love the finish, especially after all those giant bats. All right, let's see what. Okay, so, yeah. So he's saying having fun with the consume deck, which is great. It's been working out well, and I not just great that he's having fun. Obviously, that's always good, but that he's having fun with a consume deck. Consume just doesn't get a lot of playtime. Let's see. I love. Okay, for this gem, the common colors are not exactly golden, so it's a cool paradox. Interesting. So it's not. The common colors are not exactly golden? What color is... For a second, I thought... This is, but it says it's a cool paradox. So I guess... I mean, I guess, well, if I had my dual screens and within a week, the next time, well, not the next game you see, but the... Sorry, it was a mistake. All right, Ahmed. Thanks, mate. Good counter against the shouts. Yes, indeed. He was clinging to life for a while there. Eros. Always thinking ahead. Amethysta. All right. Tell you what. I do have my iPad up here. So I... Oh, it's Amethyst. Okay, so... Okay, so... Nice. So... Also, the Lakers colors. Shout out to Eric, my lifelong Lakers buddy. Loves them Lakers. All right, let's take a look. See, is Kratos? Kratos is observing. Krakatoa is playing. Beast of Burden, casual. Body Bag, BZ. Let us check out Body Bag and see what he's got going on. Looking pretty good for him against... Can't be Invade. How did that guy get there? Must be a... Mud Crab Merchant, perhaps? And, oh, we're just in time to see a little crabby. Nice. Perfect. Usually we don't like coming in at the end of a game, but if it's to see just in time for a Mud Crab lethal. Nope, let's see. Nice. Showed up just in time for Mud Crab lethal. All right. What else do we got here? So it's almost an embarrassment of riches here. We've got so many people. Sorry, man. I was in the middle of spectating a game that went on for a bit. If you play again, I'll check it out. Yeah, so awesome. The more you know. So yeah, there you go, folks. So Ametista Dorada is essentially purple or violet gold, or golden. So let me see. So for ordering, would it translate golden, violet, purple? I know, like, Casa Blanca is white house. Does the reversal apply in Italian? I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense to you all. You know, it's like, so Casablanca in English is white house, but literally translated, it's house white. Casablanca. The in Spanish, the descriptor is flipped on the other side. So we would translate it as white house. They're saying it's a white house, but it is spoken as house white. So I don't know if this would be golden purple or if it would actually still be purple or violet golden. I think it would be golden purple because golden sounds like a descriptor. So anyway, there we go. So Kratos is mixing it up there. So we're do that. So that was not an intentional stall, but it worked out well. I hate when I say, like, I'll watch somebody and then it may take them a second because they're not necessarily just watching their messages, so they may not see it. And unfortunately, he's up against Invade. Well, I say unfortunately, I mean, Invade deserves this. Invade deserves Burn Dagoth. And so hopefully he's able to, because I mean, I have, even against the computer, I have gotten wrecked playing like hyper aggro and getting him down to like 2 damage. And even the dang computer on turn 7 can just start spitting out guards and all that stuff if you're not trading with the gate. So it's not a guaranteed win. But hopefully that is what we will see here today. A triumph over Invade is a triumph for humanity. Quite literally. I mean, Invade is Daedra coming in from, right? I'm not sure what game that's from. Oof, that sucks. And again, the synergy. The synergy. There's just I said it before and I'll say it again. That is the problem with Invade. There's too much doggone symmetry. Okay, so we were right. So it is golden purple, golden amethyst. It's interesting too. I wouldn't have thought. I mean, I guess it does make sense. You know how like proper nouns are the same in like McDonald's is the same in every other country because it's the name of the.
Nicely done.
Hang on. He said in Italian.
Nicely done.
It's possible, but it's less common. Gotcha. Oh, it absolutely. It sounds. And it rhymes. And I will say, and this is certainly not a slight in any way, shape, or form, but I do kind of envy those languages that have a lot of words that end in O and A. Because if you're trying to write poetry, it does make it easier because you have a lot more of your words, like, you know, Casablanca. Like in English, White House doesn't rhyme. Like you couldn't say da-da-da-da white, da-da-da-da house, but you could say da-da-da-da casa, da-da-da-da Blanca, and it works. So obviously there are going to be words in English that wouldn't rhyme in other languages as well. I understand that, but I do think when you have a lot of words that end in O or A. And I think Kratos is seeing what we saw, what we were afraid of, and that is the snowballing gate approaching turn 7. All Fidel needs is... Kill them all. Oh, she's no good. Oh my gosh. Nope. Nope. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is the invade nightmare. This is the invade nightmare. I think that's just GG for Kratos, unfortunately. Now he can, if he wants to. Well, no, even with the mace.
This might be it.
That's 3, 7, 11. Wait. 3. I mean, you got him close, but with 5, that 5 drain is what's going to kill him. And well, I mean, I call it. I am a prophet, unfortunately. Like I said, you get him down to. I mean, we didn't even get to turn 7, turn 6, and you already have. There's. I mean, he's got Razzmatazz, and that's another thing. Razm is pretty much useless in this game because more than likely he's going to pull something that is synergistic with invade, and it just sucks. Yeah, it's going to start getting a bunch of keywords.
You will be devoured.
Guard, lethal, yep.
You will join my troopers, mortal.
So he might... Oh my gosh, he's got it. And again, and that brings the gate up as well. This... I'm leaving this in here. Kratos, I'm sorry, man. Like I said, I don't think you're any... it's not an indictment on anybody as a player to lose to invade. It's just it's an absolute garbage deal.
Well, let's see if we can
But-
find something useful.
Just to show this is what invade does, 0, 0. I feel for you, Kratos. I feel for you, man. All right, let's see here. So we got a little bit of an Italian lesson, I think, here. Basically, we use the adjective after the object name. So, yep. So, for example, your English is more friendly than any English from UK. For me, it doesn't matter anymore. Oh, wait. So do you mean how my accent or the way I speak it? After several years of training over there, but for most Latin American, it's easier. British is harsh. Oh! I mean, for most... Okay, gotcha. Okay. I got you. So my accent or the general American accent is easier to understand than British or Scottish, both of which many times can make words sound completely different. Yeah. So giving Kratos another chance to play, just because, a game against Invade isn't really much of a game. Even when you win, like I said, that's why I just concede out of it, because even when I win, I feel like I lose. It's like they say, and I've said this before, I know I repeat myself, but at some point, I'm going to repeat myself, fortunately. I mean, Scottish, I don't know if I can... It's been a while since I've listened to Scottish. Irish, there have been folks that I've listened to that are Scottish or Irish, and so I've been able to develop that accent a little bit more, and I've been using it a bit more. So I think that's Irish. Scottish is heavier. Okay, there we go. Glad to hear it. You see what I did there? He said, And of course, you have a nice accent, so it's a plus. And I said, glad to hear it, as you are. You see, because I'm glad to hear that I have a nice accent, and he's glad to hear my nice accent. So anyway, I'm clever. I'm clever, folks. That's the wording here. But I mean, he is right, though. I mean, it is like that name. It does sound like in English we just have purple gold or purple amethyst or golden amethyst, which even golden amethyst does sound pretty cool. But Ametista dorata just sounds so much better. That's why I do wonder, like, so I've mentioned before, I do watch like Korean dramas, and a lot of times they'll have American logos or slogans on the shirt, and a lot of times they'll throw English into their conversation, just randomly. They'll be like, okay, awesome, or something like that. And it's like, we don't do that because the audience can empathize with you. Yes, I am a tragic character. I am a tragic character. And okay, so that was what I was going to ask. I think I was going to ask it in the last video. I might have meant to ask it here. But anyway, y'all can let me know if you're watching this, if you're hearing the sound of my voice. I would greatly appreciate the feedback. Do you have a preference whether I am playing or not? Because I know if I'm doing like a hardcore push for, if I have a goal in mind, I mean, it's good from a narrative standpoint. If you're saying I'm trying to get to Legend, there's a story to be told. And whether I make it or not, it's a fun story to watch and to keep up with. So I understand the appeal, and that that having a stated goal like that is more appealing, even than just I'm playing just to play.
Nicely done.
And so with me, if I'm going to do gauntlets on every Monday, or Monday's videos are going to be gauntlets, and Wednesdays are going to be ladder, and Fridays are going to be live at 5, it's not really feasible unless I do a lot of playing in my downtime. It's not really feasible for me to make a push for Legend, at least the way I play, and starting from rank 9 every time. So, with that in mind, knowing that I probably feasibly will not in the near future ever be making a legitimate push for Legend, or that I don't really have a goal in mind, does it matter if I'm the one playing or if it's other people playing? Because for me, I have just as much fun, if not more fun, watching than I do playing. And so I'm happy to showcase other people's decks and pick up the
murder in the air.
Friend's Journey. Is that what it's called? Feels like there was a more eloquent name for it. But we see Kratos here. No breakthrough, so that's not great. But he does have... Crushing Blow is 3. Blood Sacrament is 4, as long as he's got a body, which he would with the Seidanin. So that's 7, so he needs 4 damage. And he might do that here with the Seidanin. Probably not going to throw the Scimitar on him just yet. Makes him more survivable, but still doesn't survive any of the removal that Telvanni typically runs. Alright, so this is going to be... Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Jeez. So he's guarding up. He's guarding up hard. But that's the thing with Dagoth, and I think Michael Jah Jr. understands that this is something Telvanni really can't combat too easily, and that is the burn, because you don't have to have a board. You can just do all the damage from hand. Looking for answers. But that ain't fun. Now get in the pit and try to love someone. So yeah, just if you are listening and you're hearing it, I would definitely appreciate any feedback in terms of what your preference is. And there is more answers for Telvanni. So this all comes down to does Burn Dagoth find its reach faster, or does Telvanni find all of its answers like a Blackhand Messenger? I think that's probably up next. Oh no, he's one short. Come on, Kratos, just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. But if he gets a Blackhand Messenger down there and he's got like the Mentor's Ring, game over.
I smell the
Or Mentor's Ring on
of
that.
the living.
Please don't be wrong. Please have what you need. Kratos, need you to draw a top deck that lightning bolt. It doesn't look like he's got Mentor's Ring because he would have played it immediately if he did.
I didn't come here alone.
But he is cycling. Can shackle nothing, so not a problem there. Kratos might have to use that crushing blow on her if... I mean, all the draw in the world, my gosh, this is why it is so frustrating. And again, gonna do some more with the... I mean, come on! Seriously! Seriously, all the opportunities to find exactly what you need. I can't kill him. So yeah, do you crushing blow and hope? Yes. Okay, good call. Good call. So that's 3 damage unless he gets silenced.
Nicely
Or mummified. So yeah, we're just... And there's the black... There it is! There it is. I mean, it's not... Yep. Golly day. That's Telvanni. That is Telvanni! Alright. So our poor friend Kratos here, we are seeing that the deck is not invulnerable. But let's see. I know we got some text here. Who was it? Banana Schwab? Nope, not Banana Schwab. It was Bodybag Beezy. Said something. Yeah, 1 point of damage comes in clutch, and the animation, that makes it that much better. Yep, he's referring to the Mud Crab fatality, or lethal. Alright. So, Io is playing, Krakatoa is playing, Beast of Burden is playing. Jay Shades versus Arena. Okay, let's do this. And I didn't mean to perk up that. I haven't been able to watch Jay Shades in a while either. So it's never a slight, or never meant to be a slight when I, if I'm playing, or if we're watching, like I said, I'm listing off a bunch of names. Like Io. I love watching him play too. But I am fortunate that him and some others, I get to see them play quite often, or they're playing at the same time that I am, or they're there at live at 5, and so we're always able to see it. But Jay Shades is he does not frequent the game as often as he used to, or at least when I'm on. Ah, there you go. That's a good call. So Kratos just replaced the Steel Scimitar with the Dagoth Dagger to give him the breakthrough, because if he had that, I don't know if he would have won the last one, because if I recall, he couldn't keep a body on the board. The Telvanni kept removing it, but it does mean that he is not thwarted by guards in perpetuity. And really, to be fair, that's what you need. The Scimitar gives you that 1 extra health, but usually you don't care about the health. It's more about punching through. So that's a good call for Kratos.
I'm not here to hurt you, but I will.
Okay. Visconti Valmont. And we have comments from Antoine as well that I want to take a gander at once we finish this game. And it looks like Jay Shades is in a good position. Look at that. He's got a blast bones. Interesting. I'm trying to piece together what synergy blast bones have, because I'm sure there's a reason why it's there. I'm just not sure what it is. But this is an intriguing looking deck just on the face of it. Is he going to burn his ice spike? He is. Breaks through, no damage done, no harm done.
Let's see if we can't reach an arrangement.
Give the Schwad to the wolf, which is ridiculous because wolves have no opposable thumbs. But definitely a good call, as Visconti is also, well, 7, 8, 9. It wasn't threatening lethal at that point, but with these colors, of course, we know there is reach aplenty. Kratos, I just won 8 in a row. So it seems that our spectating has had an adverse effect. Sometimes it's a boon. Sometimes people are like, wow, I wasn't winning at all until you started watching, and now I'm winning all the time.
You left me no choice.
Said nobody ever, but something close to that. But I think more often than not, we've had people that have suffered
Demonstration. Here's
losses as soon as we start watching. Hard to say that there's actually a correlation there, but sometimes it's also hard to deny the facts. So interesting. 5. Oof. Wow. So hey, both players playing. Oh, this is arena. Golly dang, man. Oh, I wish my mind worked all the time. That's why he has. That's why he has the bones, because. And there, look at that. Charge. Nicely done, Jay Shades. Nicely done. Oh, I even said he's playing a versus game. It's an arena game. Okay, so we got... So Kratos is saying, yeah... Sorry, man. The curse of the... And let's see... Oh, we might have lost... Yep, okay, he logged off. But it says, it's great for any communication business because the audience can empathize with you. My ex-girlfriend was an actress, so I know how important it is to speak properly. You can work easily in any professional radio. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I greatly appreciate that, sir. Greatly appreciate it. And I'm glad that it's easy on the ears. I personally, I like different accents, but I do know some... Oh, for sure. I just was trying to... Not really. Well, Kratos being a good sport there. He's not willing to chalk up his losses to... Let's see. All right, well, try Beast of Burden because we haven't spectated him in a while. A fresh game, nice. Always good to. I wish there was, and it did. So if there were two things that are not card related, as in nerfing cards or making balances, the two things I wish Tesla would do differently that I think it could do without too much effort, but obviously the will has to be there, is chat, being the ability to chat if your opponent allows you to. So your opponent could just ignore you and just be like, hey, stick to the emotes. But the ability to be able to chat with your opponent and then without having to be friends. So it's like, hey, your opponent sends you something, do you want to block him or whatever? Just kind of like you can mute the emotes. You can mute your opponent if he's talking to you and you don't like what he's saying, or you have to accept it like you would a friend request. It doesn't make you friends, so you're not necessarily permanently. You don't have to like unfriend them after the game, but that way you can actually talk to them during that. And then if for us spectators to like maybe have like a little something there that just shows what each player's health is or something. I don't know. I mean, that's really nitpicking. I'm not saying that the game is lacking because that's not there, although I guess technically I would be saying that it's lacking, but I'm not really complaining about the lack because I think that's way above and beyond. It really is just a spectator perk. So that before you log into the game, you know, did it just start or is it interesting? You see, I would have thought he would have put the scimitar on her because she survives. Like, either way, yeah. So that might have been a less than optimal play. But it would be certainly something that I'm fully capable of doing were I the one playing the deck right now. That hurts, but in Burn Assassin, which is what we are seeing here, not as painful. Unfortunately, Satanin is holding an empty scabbard at this point. He's given his sword away, so he's just standing there on the battlefield with a scabbard being like, can I go home now?
Have business with House
Water Goblin? Not a bad thing to throw down there. Okay, there we go. So yeah, Jay Shade's talking about the blast bones. There was no synergy. Obviously, it was Arena. He just did it because it's reach. And in Arena, I think Drain, reach, whether it's a weapon or a charge creature, those are a lot bigger deals because they're harder to counter and they're harder to come by. So it's just you can't choose. Like, so if you build a deck that doesn't have charge in it, it has some other strength that you're trying to maximize. But when it comes to Arena, you typically just kind of have a bleh deck. It's just kind of a whatever because you just got to cobble it together. And so cards that so cards that have a distinct advantage give you a distinct advantage. Okay, Kratos, keep watching. Well, I do want to mix it up, Kratos. So tell you what, we'll give it one more. If you win this one, we'll call it good. If not, we'll circle back around. So it looks like he's going to pull this one off. Oh, against Sortigem. No, Sorgadam. Sorgadam? Is it Sorgadam or Sorgadam? Are we friends? I think we might be.
You will regret your heresies.
But anyway, it was cool. We actually played. It's a very memorable name. So I remember we played against him. It was like 3 videos ago. It was a good game. I think it was for the Gauntlet. And he got Chandler down, and he had pretty much the supports that he has now, very similar to that. So this might actually be that same deck, but he did not. We had 2 giant snakes that shackled down the big bodies he had, and so we were able to squeak by with a win. But anyway, he turned up in the comment section, which was really cool. Beast of Burden, watching the videos as always. Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's crazy. Like, it really is. It's such a, I've said many times, like a tight-knit community. So it's like, okay, maybe the videos only have like 200 views. They kind of max out at that. But it's, like the people that typically watch those, watch Live at 5, they're always playing. And so there's this great, it just makes it feel like a very small, not a small, but just a very full grouping. I think Kratos, man. So anyway, but it's always cool when you play somebody, like, I mean, Jay Shades was that way. I played him first, and then I think he friended me, or he sent me a friend invite, and I accepted it. Not sure if he was going to taunt me or whatever, but he was just like, hey man, watch your videos, it's really cool. So it's always fun to be able to interact with somebody in the game and then meet them outside of the game as well. Because it's almost like an instant friendship. Like, all you need to be friends. Now, granted, there are different tiers to friendship. Or not tiers, but like there are different depths or levels to it. But I think you can have a functional friendship with just a common thing like Tessel. You don't have to hang out all the time. You don't have to have the same views on whatever and what have you. Oh boy. So here I thought we were queuing right into a Kratos win, but he is up against, and he doesn't have a giant. I don't think he's running Giant Snake. Not in Burn Dagoth. So yeah, Sortigem. Congratulations, and Kratos, my friend. We'll check back in with you in a bit. I think you've just gone cold at the moment, unfortunately. Oof. Piece of burden. All right, so Jay Shades is battling in a versus arena. Let's take another look at that one. Oh, and then Io is actually in a versus arena as well, so we'll check him out next. All right, so we're not starting out. We're in Medias Res. And it looks like Jay Shades has this well in hand. Look at that. Okay, so we are arena, but you would forgive me for not knowing that because he's got an aspect of her scene. That is a heck of a... Ooh. Ooh, that's a good question, Kratos. I feel you, man. I feel you. Trust me, you've seen it. You've seen me get quite flummoxed. Well, and flummoxed is a nice word for mad, but I mean, I totally understand that.
I'll take you all down with me.
I feel your pain. Maybe a few control games down and mix it up. Might still be cold. Game can be cool. But you might...
For Skyrim!
Oh no. Oh no, no, no. What we're missing... Wow. Okay, so I somehow thought that Jay Shades had this thing wrapped up, and he doesn't. But aspect of her scene is a big old guard. Never mind. He's got the removal.
Nice try.
He's still alive, clinging to life. Let me just get rid of that, because I didn't know what I was going to say. Oh no! Alright. Don't want to miss any of the action here. As Jay Shades continues to push. Aspect. Nope. More removal. What? Oh, it's Spirit Knife. Okay.
Everything was taken from me.
Okay, so Kratos is switching gears now. He is now doing control, which I think is just a good thing. It's just good to switch gears. Like, I've done that before, too. Sometimes if I'm playing a mid-range that I've had to play as a control deck for a while, I will... Interesting. So Aspect has to be the play now. He has no removal. Unfortunately, he can't charge with it. Wait. Nope. And he doesn't have enough magicka to defensive Bruma. And you don't want it. You only want one guard and you want it to have a big old body. So I think and now he's taking a risk because if Ribbout has any kind of top decks of silence, obviously the game's over, but I think he has to play Aspect. Because defensive Bruma just makes everything a guard and that's death. So throw down that big old guard, Jay Shades. Throw it down. What did I miss?
Will return.
I seek Sophisil's
How dare you, Jay Shades? How dare you defy me, sir?
world.
I commanded you to play Aspect of her scene. How dare you not play Aspect of her scene? That was the play. I don't know. I don't even know where Immolating Blast came from. I didn't even see it there. So now he can do... No, he can't. Yes, he does that, and then he does the Canton Smith. Or that, I guess. That works too. Okay, now he's just doing this to spite me. This is why he wins, and oh, just enough. Nice, Jay Shades. What a bonkers finish, and that is the exact wording I'm going to use. Good call. And then we go to Jay Shades. Wow. All right, so Io, here we go. Io is also in a versus match. Oh, he's in a versus, not arena. So it's a versus, and he's a bit on the back foot here. Got some good stuff he can play.
Of the sky, guide us.
I shouldn't say back foot. Well, actually, no, he's down to 11. Okay, never mind. Nobody's doing what I say they should do. He was expecting a jab. I think that's why. Okay, so that's why no Aspect. He was expecting his opponent would have a javelin. So his methodology or his approach to it was get more like guaranteed removal or get more guards on the board versus banking it all on one.
We'll never give ground.
So that makes sense. So that's probably going to either a javelin or just get a sanctuary pet. And hey, for anybody who's listening at Bethesda, I don't particularly mind it too much, but I think we've seen now multiple premium options for so many cards. It's been a long time since we've seen a sanctuary pet. Since I've been back, I don't know that sanctuary pet has that alternate art we're seeing there. I don't know that that's been offered. So on behalf of Brave Carriot and anybody else who may want to sank pet or what may be looking for that alternate art, please make that an offering in one of in a future gauntlet. Like I said, for me, it's even uglier. Like for me, it's more hideous. At least the current sanctuary pet art, the sanctuary pet is very small. You're seeing more of the sanctuary and less of the pet. Ooh, so I'm thinking Spirit Knife is going to be the call here for IO. But then again, I've been wrong all the time, so who knows if that's what we will see. I'm just thinking Piercing Javelin is cheaper, so he can partner that with Chanter of Akatosh sooner. And for once, I actually called something that worked out okay. So do we see Drain Vitality against Earth? But no, okay, no Drain Vitality at all. There's no draining of the Vitality.
Never give ground.
Okay, so Io's kind of starting to right the ship here. That's something we don't want to see on his end. So I'm guessing he was holding Drain Vitality because he wants to maximize his Chanter value. So on turn 11, he can play 2 actions. He can try to play it now, but yet Chanter's obviously weak to execute. It's weak to everything. There's pretty not a single action that Oskarchik 28 could have that is not going to be a problem for Chanter. But he has 2 of them. So I think he might be willing to play one, and then you could play like Drain Vitality and Stand Watch. I think getting that 4/1 off the Earthbone off of the board would be a nice call. But he's thinking through his options. So we do see Chanter. We do see Stand Watch.
Would
Nicely
you like
done.
a bow that shoots rainbows too?
Drain Vitality on an entire. I thought that was a bigger one. Gets another kitty. Probably not going to poke with it because it's not going to do much good. Does have a Supreme Atromancer online next turn. That's going to be a good thing. Well, like okay. And he may have done that just because he sensed that that's what I didn't think he was going to do. So that's probably going to hit Chanter. Yep. That's going to be close now. Anasi is a fabulous top deck.
Believers shall flock to our noble cause.
Just on general principle, it's a great top deck. Oh! Okay, now if you called that IO, I'm going to ask him after the game. Did you know that was going to go into what's her face? Oh, and Robin Rufus is online. Oh, great. Okay, so man, now like I said, embarrassment of riches. Like I get on here and I'm thinking, oh, it's it's noon on a weekday, but either most of our friends are in a completely different time zone by like several hours, i.e. in Europe, or a lot fewer people have day jobs than we thought. I think Io does, but I think he has a different. It's a different schedule. I know he was working on a weekend, so that may not be. But that Garnag is going to be a bit of a pain. He can be brought down by Fingers of the Mountain, but he is going to do 8 damage, and we just have to hope that he can't do any more. That might be the end.
No one gets through. You are not worthy.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's... Ooh. Okay, still alive, still alive. And actually, everything, if he does play... Never mind. Nuts. Happens to the best of them, folks. Happens to the best of them. All right, so I'm not going to ask about the Leaf Lurker just because I don't want to twist the knife there. Or, you know, I was thinking / hoping he was going to be able to pull that out. All right. So we could do Beast of Burden, Body Bag, Beezy. We'll check that out. Check him out again. And either Beast of Burden or Rump and Rufus will be up next. Hey, a fresh one and Body Bag up against Redguard Guest. Off to a good start with what appears to be Dwemer Monk. Says the astute commentator looking at the Monk attributes and the 2 Dwemers in his hand. Oh, man. Sometimes you got to go for the easy hanging fruit, folks. You know, I've said so many stupid things so far that I need to state the obvious just to give myself points in terms of, hey, there's a better said something stupid to didn't say something stupid ratio. This is also my first time essentially doing 3 hours of Tessel back to back without it being live. And for those of you who watch live at 5, you know I can start struggling a little bit later in the later innings. Oh, are you serious, Redguard? I mean, I will say a ringed out Mournhold Trader is a daunting thing to be facing, but I would still have to hope that Redguard Guest is having a legitimate connection error and is not being a turd muffin. Unfortunately, though, we'll give it. We'll Body Bag will play out his turn. If Redguard does not come back, we will move on. Hey, we get to see Dune Smuggler Premium again. Not played, of course, but all right. So, good game, Body Bag. Well fought. Oops, I'm always pressing the wrong button. Oh, yeah, see, so Rump and Rufus observing a match. Okay, so maybe he's doing what we're doing. Oh, there we go, Death Row easy. Okay, but let's check out, Beast of Burden is done. All right, so Io is running. Let's do we haven't seen Death Row yet. I'm trying to, as much as possible, I would like to get a smattering.
What's this?
For Skyrim.
But I'll happily double up if there's not, if it's either or. But I do try to get as many. Oh, he's up against Warlock, so this is gonna be an interesting match here. Warlock is, rank 40, legendary. Death Row is 120, but also, as you can see, is a top 10 finisher. So we're seeing 2 high octane players. False Incarnate, great card. Probably not going to be much use here, just because Warlock is running an aggro deck himself. Interesting. I wonder why he played it over there. I guess he's just trying to race. I think he's banking on the race. Corrupted Shade. It's not... Wait. So I'll have to ask Body Bag. For him to say that sucks for them, I'm guessing that means either he's casually taunting and saying, it sucks to be you, or somehow he found out that the guy actually got disconnected. So we'll check in with him after this game, because we don't want to miss an exciting moment of Warlock versus Death Row. Death Row definitely has the advantage at this point. Getting a guard down, +2 damage on that prophecy, that is a big deal. Is it going to be Orc Clan Captain? It is. Gets a prophecy from Warlock of his own, but it is not the game changer that... Well, maybe it is, actually. Because he can't finish it up. Oh, yeah, and it is a factor. I was wrong. I was wrong again. I was wrong about something that seemed like it was so obvious. That is a killer blow. Granted, he's got so much damage in that field lane that I don't think even the Oreo Cookie Gal was gonna turn the tide, but because that would have got him to 10. Yeah, that's just New toxic deck.
Don't count me out yet.
Okay.
Ready to move out.
All right. Okay, well, I stand corrected. Again. And good gravy. He does have some breakthrough. I mean, that denial of drain is a big deal. So, Death Row just has to push 4 damage. I think he can do that. I think if he... Because that's going to chop him in the face next turn. So he's going to kill the Fervor. And so now he just needs to get... Oh yeah, he's got it. He just hits the 3 against the 4, and then pushes the 5 against the creature that now only has 1, and that's it. So just 3 against the 4. No! Did I miss it? He could have hit with the spell guy. See there, and then done the breakthrough with 5. That would have done 4 damage. Would have pushed 4 damage through, right? And then he would have won next. I mean, he's probably going to pull it off this turn, but I think that might have been missed lethal. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I wasn't seeing that correctly. And again, I only point that out just as I'm trying to exercise my brain and perhaps, help inform the audience. I think that might have... Oh no, wait. You know what? This is not that thing, is it? Okay, never mind. There it is. Death Row, I apologize for doubting you, my friend. Should have known better. Top 10 player isn't going to make a stupid mistake like that. I was thinking that was the support that just does 2 damage to each player each turn, because I wasn't paying attention, and honestly, I don't see that card played very often, so kudos to Warlock for doing that, but if nothing else, he has the way to do it. There we go. Nicely done, Death Row. Against a very good, very strong opponent. Warlock having won the last tournament that I helped put together. It was Joe's tournament, but I helped facilitate it, and he won there. Let's see. Yeah, that does suck. Yeah, so unfortunately that's... Okay, so now we can... Let's see, Death Row. I can't remember the name of the card, but... It's not incarnate, is it? Something incarnate? Oh, in the middle of going through his cards. Oh man. Yeah. All right. Tell you what. We got so many. I need a dice. You know what? Here we go. All right. So we're gonna do this. I got a D20 here. We got. Well, actually, no. I'll tell you what. Let's do. We don't have that many people playing. This is an 8? No, that's 12. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever done. This is a 4? Okay, this is an 8. Right? Yeah, this is an 8. Okay, so we got Kratos. Okay, I'm not going to be able to keep track of this. Doggone it. I'm just going to... I can't pick. I know we're coming up on the time here, and I... All right, so we don't actually have as many. We got Io, Beast of Burden, Body Bag, Kratos. Let's start with Io. We're going to circle back around. It's been a few turns, a few games. Okay, we got a brand new game against Perfect Dark. 2 top 10 players going at it. Another high quality game. This will be a great way to end our first in lieu of live game. Yeah. So here we go. And hopefully I won't have to do too many of these in the future. We'll be able to, keep doing live at 5. But like I said, for anybody who chimes in, I will just go off the consensus. So if only 2 people tell me, hey, we'd rather watch other people play, then that's what I'll start doing. We'll go back to friends journeys, which I think Io did correctly point out. Probably want to get to 100 with those, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I kind of want to reevaluate. I don't know. That's just one of those things. Like, I like to be very organized, so I would love to go back and be able to put, those little accents that I did at the very beginning. Like, I'd have like, surprise, or, different cards that would pop out and say stuff depending on the circumstance. But that requires me to watch back every video pretty much in real time. So at minimum, it's an hour, but because you have to stop, it's like a 2-hour just to do that. And then you've got the actual edit that needs to be done for the cuts and everything. So it turns what could easily be cranked out in maybe 20 minutes out of an edit with an hour of gameplay, turns it into like a 4-hour deal. And that's just more than I can handle, especially, it's not, there's just not that impact. So I won't be doing that, but like, I used to use card backs as kind of like a transition. I kind of want to do that again. At the same time, then I just need to make sure I stop talking at the end of each game. So that's another thing too. Do you like it? Do you prefer it where it's just kind of like a big stream of consciousness where we just go from one game to the other, whether I'm playing or somebody else is? Or do you want more games packed into that hour time where it's just back-to-back games without, waiting to queue into another game? I don't think we wait that long for the most part, but if you're like, look, I'm here for the game, play the game. If it says an hour of the runtime, I want there to be an hour worth of gameplay in it. Or is it more of just here to chill in the Tesla world and happy to see games? I don't know what the consensus is or what the actual feeling is, but hopefully we will get to see a victory here from Eye of the Restless Storm. Perfect Dark, I mean, obviously there's the game by that name from Rare, back on the N64, but I feel like I've seen that name. Oof. Alright, so this is kind of a burn assassin as well. Actually, not kind of, it is a burn assassin. And I don't know that Io's got what he needs. I'm guessing we'll see Shanks yet. That's Sanctuary Pet on the... But he's definitely in a tight spot. Because as we know, all 4 of those cards could all be go face stuff, direct damage to face. It's just that I think that's the thing with the burn decks, Burn Dagoth and Burn Assassin. You're never really safe no matter how few cards they have, because the entire deck is geared to either buff what's on the board or to do damage directly to face, or to shackle. That's the other option. The only other option. Isn't that right, Perfect Dark? You're not going to play another card. But yeah, it looks like... I mean, Io can play the Queen next turn. And his Bruma actually has a favorable trade with the Cheeto throwing gal, or the tennis ball, glowing tennis ball throwing gal, unless Perfect Dark buffs her up somehow. So he can take that 1 ping and 1 damage off. Okay, luckily he did not move that, but that's still 2 damage, and he's going to put something else in the Shadow Lane, probably a 4/2 or a 4/3 creature. That's going to seal the deal. Nope. I'm going to just stop guessing.
Careful there, friend.
Okay, does not ward up the 1/3, because that was going to be the trade I was thinking he would do, because that leaves 2 guards on the board with Queen, and... yes, he can still do it. Okay, yep, there he goes. There he goes. Nicely done. Nicely done. I thought he was going to skip the Queen. So unless Perfect Dark has a silence, this could be the turning point for Io. He's got 3 guards to get through. No breakthrough currently. And no breakthrough actually available. The breakthrough does not get run in those. And the Queen, she could be shackled. That would be the worst. Lightning bolt. And there's the Ford power that I was expecting to see. Still, with Leaf Lurker, Io is still alive, and Aren comes down next turn. It's going to be a close call. It's going to be a close call. Unless he has a Cliff Racer. Or Tazcad would be next turn.
You can trust me.
Ice Storm doesn't get it done. Anasi doesn't get it done. She's Anasi. Well, no, yeah, Anasi does. Anasi does, because she's a charge and a drain. Yes, yes. Perfect answer. Look at that. Drain, beautiful drain. Okay. Oh wait. No, she doesn't. I'm an idiot. I can't count. Oh God. And with that embarrassing display of mental cognitive failure, I am going to call this a day. Call this a thing. So not quite the spark and energy and vitality of Alive at 5, but we did get to see some great games. None of which were played by me, happily. We saw some crushing defeats, and unfortunately we're ending on it. Can we end on it? We can't end on a defeat, right? If this is supposed to be Alive at 5. Oh man, that hurts. All right, Kratos. No, Kratos. That was gonna be the redemption. The redemption of Kratos. We were gonna see him winning a control game. So what is he saying here? Okay, so we're getting another fresh game here. So this will be the end one. Beast of Burden, the burden of victory lies upon you, sir. We cannot end on a loss. We need you to win this one. Well, the list won several in a row, then I just lost 7 in a row. Time to make a few changes. I thought for sure you were stabilized. Oh, that's kind of a cool look. That's a big frowny frown. All right. Burn Assassin against Telvanni. We've seen Telvanni knuckle down against Burn Dagoth. So we will see if Beast can push that damage.
Our foes will have nightmares about me.
Grand Quartermaster, yep. He's off to a pretty good start. And he has the ring, so he doesn't have to worry about a premature Ice Storm. Obviously, the Hist Mage would be a bad one, but it looks like he's just going for removal at this point. And is able to do a good bit of that, actually. But, oh yeah, Beast of Burden ring into a Cliff Racer. Ice Storm doesn't clear that up. He's got another Cliff Racer waiting and a Lightning Bolt. Okay, so no more Sentinel Reclaimers. This is the worst commentating ever. So I'm guessing we'll just see a trade with the... No? Okay, he's gonna go... Okay, keep... A good call there. That's a good call. Sometimes it can be hard to think of that, but just remember... as much as you want to think Lightning Bolt is guaranteed reach, it's you don't have to worry about guards or anything. If he'd done it that way... and he traded his Cliff Racer, he would not have a Cliff Racer now to use. So there's that thing. So we may see 2 Steel Daggers. And Mournhold Trader.
You can trust me.
Alright, so definitely making a good push. He's on the brink of a successful conclusion against Rich 220 BPM. BPM, what is that? Beats per minute? Is that like heart? I guess. Oh no! No! Incano. Yeah.
I have many important things on my mind.
Man, that really bought Rich the time that he may have bought him the time that he needed. If he has another one, GG. He has. I'm not going to say it because every time I say it,
The Hist shall heal you.
no longer has lethal. Gosh. And we're seeing it again. This is just the Telvanni. And honestly, if I was Beast of Burden, I would probably cliff race into the Black Hand. Not saying it was the right play, but Telvanni just has too many ways to nuke him, drain for 2, resurrect him. Well, he would resurrect him either way, but unfortunately that Ice Stone is... Oh my gosh! Oh, Beast, I am so sorry, man. This is rough. The only good thing is we are slowly seeing Telvanni running out of... Well, it seemed like Telvanni was running out of cards, but they just got 2 more. I think, unfortunately, I hope I'm wrong, but I think Telvanni's got this one.
To oblivion with you.
I really hope I'm wrong. But I think Telvanni has too many cards, too much health. And there is the Thornhist Mage. Not really worried about that guy. I mean, ramping is obviously not great. Oof. Definitely seeing the low end here. The Beast of Burden. Actually, so that did end up hurting him because the ramp allowed that Thornhist Mage to get just big enough that Cliff Racer didn't survive. This is one thing that the Dagoth burn had. Oh no, this is bad too. Anytime Lyneth comes down on the other side of the board, particularly with that much magic, it means whatever she's picking is going to be bad news. Could be a Mentor's Ring, could be some kind of drain. I mean, if it's another Dark Seducer, like I said, good game. Allied Guardians could be another one. Now that's not necessarily game over unless Rich needs to be able to drain. If he doesn't drain, Beast is still a viable... He still has a viable option. And this is also good too. Either Rich is relatively new to the game, which if you have the Centurion moniker, that's not... or the Centurion tag, that's not the case. Ooh, see, there's that. Is just not enough. Still not enough. It's like, do I throw the short? I think you do, man. Prophecy Bolt gives you the win. Provided there is no drain coming into play here. I mean, so many ways to get those 2 points of damage off. Let's see if you can do it. Yep. I mean, like no, it's not over yet, Beast. It's not over yet. You don't. No, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? You don't need. You've got burn. You got burn, Beast. No, Beast. You had burn. Burn you. Oh, please. What? All right. Let's see if Death Row's in. If this is not a fresh game, we'll check out IO. It's a pretty fresh game. Well, in terms of runes, it's a fresh game. In terms of turns, we are going into turn 7. But Hadagahe, or Hadagay, is the immortal opponent on the other side of the board, doing very well currently in the top 100 in Legend. And of course, as we know, Death Row Azura is top 10. Hunter Killer. I had to double check, make sure we're not in Arena. Are we in Arena? We're not in Arena. Right? No, you don't have two. You do not have 2 necromancers in an arena game. There's just no way that happened. All right, so both players really no rune breaks as of yet. So this could be a longer contest. Uh-oh. Curses. What in the world? Oh, I guess okay. So it's an aggro Gobbo deck. Does that Hunter Killer? How much HP does he have? Battle an enemy creature. So he could battle the Cliff Racer, but he couldn't battle the cursed guy man thing.
I know
Alright, so death row, I mean, apparently it would seem that Hadagehi is the aggro in this particular matchup, is the aggressor, but he hasn't been able to really do much to death row. So I would say it's looking good for him, but when the aggressor has a stronger board and more cards in hand, it is a little hard to interpret it that way. All right, so I'm not gonna doubt you, Death Row. There you go. That's a nice, well, kind of. It would be nice if he could attack more than one. I mean, he can take the ward off of the one guy. Nice. Raised dead. Okay, it's not the worst. It's not the worst. The drain for 5 would have been nice, but honestly not. You know, it's pretty concrete. Okay, it's gonna take 5 damage off your opponent, drain for 5. But at least with raised dead, it could change the board state. But will it be in enough time? Folks, it doesn't look like we are destined to end on a win today. I tried my best. Beast, I shake my fist, sir. I mean, not really. I get it. I would have been getting tilted quite a bit. You've seen it. Me getting tilted. So I understand the... Jeez. Oh, yeah, that's a brutal. Yeah. Kind of helped. Just, I mean, gave him a curse, though. And Mulimir actually is... No, he's not going to... If he was a 9/9, he could, but... And that's not going to slay, so he can only do it once. And even if he could, he won't... Because Mulimir is a bit of a turd muffin. He won't give his all. He'll only take as much damage as he can to stay alive, so... Anywho, alright, well... Death Row, my friend, we've seen some great players in swift succession, just unable to get the dub. And so we'll leave it at that. I am starving hungry, and we are now well past. I was planning to end it at 2 hours, but I know we had a lot of conversations and stuff going on, so I didn't want to shortchange you. So anyway, thank you so much for watching what hopefully will be the last, but probably I'll need to do some of these in the future as well. The In Lieu of Live, you'll see these when I'm not able to do a live at 5 for that week. And so yeah, you have been watching In Lieu of Live. I will see you on Friday, next Friday, hopefully in the new digs. And yeah, in the meantime, don't take the defeats too much to heart. Try not to get salty. Stay focused and keep playing.